Hello? Do you hear me? 잘 들려요? 잘 들리시면 좀 댓글 좀 달아주시면 될 것 같아요. If you can hear it clearly, bless you. Please, bless you. Please leave a message if you can hear me. Okay? Can you hear me clearly? Hello? Okay. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? 들리나요? Can you hear me? Okay. But actually, we will start exactly. Okay. Thank you, the Charles Lee. We will start exactly at 10 p.m. Uh, Before that, we can talk on some things, right? So, if you have any questions, and leave a message to me, okay? Uh, and Nowadays, I visit to the immigration office to apply for the permanent residency, especially F501. That I just posted on my Facebook, and uh, within June, there is a very important time because after June means from July 1st this year, right? When you apply for the F5 and your GNI or GNI double, like you need to prove that based on confirmed 2021, right? 2021 GNI. The confirmed GNI is around the I think the 40 uh 4,080만 원, right? Is around the 41 million won, right? So if you are just you're planning to apply for the F51 and you have to meet a GNI double, right? But 2021 and confirm the GNI and 2020 confirmed GNIs are totally different, right? So almost 6 days left, right? From so next Monday, Monday to the Thursday, right? So there's only 4 days left to apply for the F51 with a 2020 confirmed GNI. Okay? 최근에 제가 영주 자격 F51 비자를 신청하러 출입국에 자주 갔었는데 저번에 페이스북에 제가 올려드린 것처럼 6월 30일까지 가장 중요한 소득을 계산할 때 GNI 2배를 일반적으로 증명을 해야 되는데 GNI 2배 증명을 할 때 가장 중요한 게 이제 소득이잖아요. 소득인데 6월 30일까지 영주 자격을 신청하는 경우에는 2020년 확정된 GNI로 계산을 합니다. 2020년 확정된 GNI가 3,760만 원 정도 될 거예요. 그러니까 3,800만 원이 안 돼요. 그런데 7월 1일부터는 6월 3일 날에 2021년도 확정된 GNI가 나왔기 때문에 이제 7월 1일부터는 확정된 GNI 2021년도가 적용이 되기 때문에 준비하시는 분들은 6월 30일까지 신청하시는 게 조금 더 혜택이 될 것 같습니다. Okay, well, we'll start exactly the 10 p.m. So leave your message, okay? Leave your message. And without your messages, that I can talk by my own self. So leave your message or your question, right? Leave your question, and that I can we can talk on the further regarding this. Okay. Okay, it's 9:58. Leave your message and leave your the questions want to ask. So what we'll do on the further, okay? Okay. Okay, leave your questions, okay? Yes. And then we will start at 10 p.m. exactly. Oh, it works today, right? That compared to the last Friday. Last Friday, it was very, very tough because the based on my the channel, there was no person in contact with me, and I was embarrassed and so sad. Nobody leave any questions. But almost last time around like 11 p.m., the someone and sent a text message to me and said that, "Hey, Mr. Zhang, there is another uh, live channel opened." So they someone left leave some questions, but you couldn't see. So I said I couldn't see, right? So there's a certain and a problem happened. Okay. 오케이, 10시입니다. 안녕하세요. 안녕하세요. 장닷컴 비자인 코리아의 장만익 행사입니다. 예. 어, 저번 주 금요일 날 유튜브로 다시 들어왔는데 저번 주 금요일에 어, 이 채널이 두 개가 떴었나 봐요. 그래서 이제 저는 당연히 지금 보이고 있는 채널로 얘기를 했는데 다른 채널 쪽에 똑같은 화면으로 질문을 막 남기셨는데 제가 전혀 질문을 보지 못했어요. 그래서 인제 11시 끝날 때쯤 11시 쯤에 어떤 분이 메시지를 주셔 가지고 "아 미스터 장 어느덧 채널에서 사람들이 물어보는데 아마 너가 못 본 것 같다."고 말씀하시더라고요. 그래서 굉장히 죄송합니다. 오늘은 괜찮은 것 같아요. 근데 오늘은 사람들이 많이 안 들어오지만 예 사람들이 없고 질문이 없으면 저 혼자 얘기합니다. Hi, this is Mr. Zhang and the visa in Korea. So I am really sorry about for the last Friday's our YouTube channel and the live show. It was malfunctioning actually, right? And someone said there was there were the two and the YouTube and the pop-ups. So I just doing it based on right this channel, but another channel and the several persons and the left answers, but I couldn't see on that channel. So I couldn't do the properly answer the questions that last Friday there was no any questions there. So I just speaking 1 hours just about the visa issues and current status. I talked a lot by myself, right? But today it is not. It is a bit different. So okay, kind of leave your message and we can talk on the further about this one. I said I give you another 3 more minutes, and you can just leave you any kind of immigration matters message to me. Then I'll let you know more detail and information on that. Okay. So keep keep communicating and leave your questions. Okay. Okay. First of all, 야 PK Korea 안녕하세요. 안녕하십니까? 네. 질문 있으시면 남겨주시면 제가 한국어로 설명을 해드리겠습니다. 자, 소요소이 스크랩 닌자 안녕하세요. 안녕하십니까? 궁금한 사항들 있으시면 한국어로 질문 또는 영어로 질문해 주시면 될 것 같습니다. Charles Lee, yes, I'm really appreciate that, and you can hear me, right? Good. And if you have any questions, leave your questions on my YouTube channel. So I will get back to you soon. Okay, what cause a chic? If apply F5, how long immigration take time to give F5? Please answer. It depends on the which kind of F5, but I just let you know just based on the F5-1 visa. F5-1 visa is general permanent residency, right? So permanent, there are several types of you know uh, permanent residency, but most of the person try to apply for if they meet GNIW requirement, a KIP stage 5 completion, and 5 years from E1 to E7 and an F2, right? Including F299 and F27, and can apply for the F5-1 general permanent residency. Based on my experience, if you apply for F5-1, it takes around 6 months at least, right? I saw someone like a more than 6 months, but usually based on my client, they may get like at least a 6 month. It's a 6 month to the 7 month that period, and you may get the result from the immigration office. So if you your the visa application is granted, is permitted, the immigration the send the text message to your cell phone. So your an F5 application is permitted. So when and you have to visit immigration office and bring your passport and your ARC. So if you get the F5-1 and you have to return your current ARC into F5 permanent residency. Okay, so usually F5-1 takes around 6 months. Okay, because a chic. Okay, Soyo Soy Escape Ninja, can you explain the new rules for E74 to F299? Thank you. Okay, thank you. Okay. Um, E7 forward to F299. And this is a very, very important and the news because I just posted it and also I gave several lectures about F299 visa, right? But still, right, some our the persons like you and couldn't understand, even like an immigration officer, they couldn't understand the current F299 rule. But anyway, your question is what is the basic and the criteria for E7 to F299? Okay, the first one is period. Every time is a period is one of the most important requirement. Okay, the period is if you have, but I don't know when did you get E74, but based on your you can see your ARC, there is the issuing date, right? And the need 5 years the from your E74 issuing date, the 5 years from E74 and the issuing date. So when you calculate your the 5 years from E74 and during at the time, if you visited to your home country or other countries for travel, right? That a period shall deduct the 5 years period. Okay, so after your E7 for the visa and the issuing date to 5 years, and you have to check how long have you been the state outside of Korea. Outside of Korea means travel to other countries, including your home country. So need 5 years from E7 forward to F299. But second one is Korean language. The most of the things are like in the Korean language is some kind of like a mandatory. But F27 visa, it is not a mandatory, but F299 is a mandatory. So you have to complete at least KIIP stage 4 completion. After taking 100 hours of a KIP stage 4, and you have to and then the pass the test. Okay, so KIIP and stage 4 completion after tested it, or if you have a KIP stage 5 completion and the final test of passing, well, that is very good for you, right? It's good. And the third one is your yearly income. This is a very, very important. It doesn't matter about you are staying with your spouse and children in Korea or not. It doesn't matter. And or you are just staying in Korea, single, right? Just staying in Korea, just you, or are you single, or got married already? It doesn't matter. If you just apply for the E74 to F299 by your own self, just only you are an applicant for the F299. In this case, E74 and your previous year's income shall be over monthly basic income 18 times of monthly the monthly basic income. So right now the monthly basic income is, you can write down, right? And monthly basic income is 1.9 million won, right? So basic income, monthly basic income is all persons the same thing, right? And all persons monthly basic income is a 1.9 million won. And I said 18 times. So your yearly income, the based on your last year's income certificate, shall be over 34.5 million won. 34.5 million won. This is the third one. Last condition is your the savings, right, including your 전세 and 월세 down payment 보증금, right, including, but monthly payment, it is not counted as your money, but your down payment, right? 전세 or 월세 down payment is accepted as your asset. So your asset will be the proved by your like bank account and deposit and your like a 전세 or 월세 down payment you can put together. So if your asset is more than 15 million won, you have a chance to apply for the F299. Okay, I'll make it clear for that. There are 4 requirements are required when you apply for E74 to F299 visa. And the first one, period, the 5 years from and the E74 issuing date, excluding your overseas traveling, including your home country visiting. Okay. The second one is KIIP, the Korean language proficiency. KIIP stage 4 completion after testing. You have to pass it, right? So TOPIK, you know that TOPIK, right? TOPIK, it is not accepted. Only KIIP, the stage 4, stage 5 completion with the past test are required, okay? The third one, your last year's income shall be 18 times of basic monthly income. It will be 34.5 34.5 million won. 34.5 million won. The last one, the last number 4, your asset is required. It's a 15 million won based on your bank account deposit and your some down payment of 전세. You can put together. Okay, so for requirement of to change E74 to F299 period, KIIP, and 18 times of monthly basic income, and your asset 15 million won. Appreciate. What costs a chic? Thank you so much. I understand. Okay. So F5 is usually takes 6 months. Okay, so within 6 months, when you apply for the F5 right? Except for the very urgent, specific and the things, you have to stay in Korea until the result comes out. Okay, so what costs a chic? I apply May 15 with a double GNI. Great. My application accepted, but not yet received any message from the immigration. I said already, it takes around the 6 months. So maybe November or early December, your result will be you can get the final result and hope you're the best result. Nancy Minyo, I have a question about the point for the F2 visa regarding the taxes. How can we get those points if we are a student? Okay, Nancy, you have a D2, right? So, I cannot understand your main asking because a D2 visa holders cannot work, right? So the part-time it can be accepted, right? And when you check your income. So anyway, is F2 is the F27 or F299? I think it's the F27. So if you got a D2 and you change the F27, you have to meet the E7 requirement. So important thing is, except for you are being hired by the Kostak and Kospi listed company, right? Except for that, your point cannot be accepted. Your yearly, like a working contract amount, cannot be calculated on your point. Okay, so Nancy, could you Nancy Minyo, could you write down more detail, right? So you are student, like you are D2. So how can you change F2? D2 to F2, you have to find the company, and also you have the degree about your D2 to D2 3. So write down very clear on the questions for that. Okay. So Ken, hi, is it possible to apply for the F511 just after PhD? In case of SSCI publication and other enough optional point, or still there is a need to be on working visa first? But actually, if you meet the requirement and the working, it is not the main thing. But I saw the larger person F511 they are working because it takes several months to get like more than 6 months, right? So immigration said that you don't need to get hired, right? You don't need to get hired, but you need to you have to maintain your life, right? So PhD itself, right? You have to have the PhD, but if you got a D10, you can apply. You can apply, but it is based on the checking your point and the very mandatory items that you have to get at least one of a mandatory item is a trolley and a more than 80 point or something, right? This is a new version I already posted. You must check that. But anyway, there was no any specific and information you have to work, right? But my understanding, and if you got the PhD and if you do, and I just recommend you just to change the D10-1 job seeking first and then try. But my recommendation is find the job in E1 or E3 and after that try to apply for that, right? Because immigration, they just said that there is no any indication about the condition that you must work at a company. There is no any condition, but opposite point of view, if you gotta just D10 yourself, right? So they may like considering your application very negatively. It means you got a D10, so there is no any working how to manage your life in Korea if you fail at 511. So find a job and then just the one day after you being hired, just try to apply at 511. It is just a recommendable. Just the D10 itself and without any your job and apply, I am not recommendable. Okay, find a job and the E71, E1, E3, it doesn't matter. After that, please get the job and change your visa first and try F5 visa. Okay, please, Ken. Vivek, Vishal, the Sharma. Oh, Ken, I'll just let you know one thing. When you apply for the F51, F511, any kind of permanent residency, except for the huge amount of money, like a 500 million one or something like that, except for that, there is some of the condition that you were in the ARC, your the residence card, like your in your expiration date shall be remained more than 6 months when you apply for the F5. Can you understand what I'm saying? But this is very critical. So if you got a like a D10, it means sometimes you can meet this exactly 6 months, but a D10 is usually within 6 months, right? So that I said that get a job E1 to E7 first, because when you apply for the F511, did I said already, your visa status shall be remained more than 6 months. To meet 6 months, the requirement, how to do? You must change another visa, not D10. Okay, good. It's very critical. Vivek Vishal, the Sharma, the permanent residency F5 visa, that is F5, 5 years is needed. It depends on, Vivek, it depends on the situation, because the sum of the permanent residency is there's no any specific period. F51 is a general, and the permanent residency is required for 5 years for E1 to E7, D7 dispatching visa, and invest D8 and D9. And after you can combine that visa types and the period staying in Korea, okay? So you can combine the 5 years E1 to E7, D7, D7, D8, and D9 visa, and after visa combined more than 5 years, you can apply for that. There is another visa type that uh, F5. Okay, Vivek, could you let me know? Did you? It depends on your major and your academic degree, and you got your academic degree in Korea or not. But anyway, if you got the master degree holder in Korea, and the 3 years and after that, you can apply for that. 3 years, right? If you got an E71 and 3 years after that, you can apply for that F510, right? Master degree holder. And if you got the PhD in Korea, there is a F515, right? After graduate, and if you get a E1 visa or F2, it doesn't matter, and more than 1 year, and you can apply for that. Just the period is depends on which qualification do you have right now. If you get a just the E1 and get some of the degree from the overseas or degree from Korea or a degree for the master's course or PhD, it depends on F5 and the codes are different, right? So F51, general and permanent residencies, the required for 5 years, including E1 to E7 and F2 together. F51, F51 like this. And there is, if you have F27, the points-based residence visa. The date of the F27 visa permission date to 3 years to F5 is 16. So depends on your current visa and academic degree in Korea or overseas. So depends on your situation. There is a no specific period is required for the F5 or 3 years or 5 years. Okay, good. Also, is the 5 years continuous or it can be staggered? It doesn't matter about if you got a E7 visa in Korea and after that you can change the D10, and if you stay continuously without returning your ARC to the immigration office, right? When you the permanently leaving and then go back to your country, except for that, and you can combine E7 visa, E1, E7, and after visa together. Okay. The Nancy Minure, yes, I have D2 master and hoping to graduate soon. I know you can get extra point for the F27 if you submit the proof you paid taxes. It is totally different. Nancy, this is different. So are they counting those taxes from part? No, this is okay, you must track that if you got like a D2 masters, right? There is a very good benefit for you. The first one, uh, you can apply for F27 directly. But the important thing is you have to find the E7 job first. But somebody said that I got a D2 masters and I can change F27 directly. But your income, and if you want to count on it, and it is based on E1 to E7 visa only, not D2 like a part-time job. You know what I'm saying, Nancy? F27 is the basic, and the visa application visa type is are E1 to E7 is a naturally, right? So if you get a certain amount of money from that visa type and your income for the previous year, you can use it, right? But you are D2 and working and just just you got an income from part-time, not professional job, right? After graduation, before graduation, it is not and accepted as your income. Okay, so Nancy, and follow my direction like this. And the first one, D2, it is not that Nancy, and D2 can work, it's no problem after permitting your part-time. But part-time, it is not actually and a very professional job. This is a part-time, and the reporting meaning is you can just get some money for your living, right? Not just a professional purposes. You must consider like this. So what is the F27 visa is? F27 is the most of the foreigners considers that F27 is a point based residency visa. Yeah, actually I just talked like this, but original meaning is outstanding talent, right? Outstanding talent for This is a residential visa for special talent or outstanding talent. So if you got a master's, your part-time and reporting, it is not that accepted as your income, because D2 itself cannot, even if you just get some money after reporting to the immigration office, you can only work at a very simple job, right? Professional job you cannot do, right? So it cannot be accepted as your income point. Okay. Now also, Nancy, you must know that when you just apply for the D10 1 job seeking to F27, you must find the job and try to meet E7 criteria and 80 points. Okay? Okay. Ken, okay, but it is not necessary to work as a researcher on E3, right? Ken, I said already, it is not required for the working at our E3, but how can you get like a more than 6 month visa, right, after your graduation? This is one of the way is D10 job seeking, but it's a less than 6 months. But I said that if you apply for the F5 visa in Korea, your ARC and the remaining date shall be over 6 months. So without working at a certain part, a special and the field, you cannot apply for the F511 in Korea. Okay, so you must get more than 6 months and the visa valid after your graduation. So D10 one job seeking is the only way, but D10 is within 6 months. So it is not valid. So you have to work, and because a working visa is 1 year more than that, right? Okay, Ken. So my and in summary, it'll be better to, and it'll be recommendable to find a job, and after that, if you get a ARC, right, your residence card more than 6 months, after that you can try to apply for that. So also escape and the ninja. How about F3 to F9 to 9? Okay. F3 visa itself cannot change it to F299. You must understand that. Your husband, E74 visa holders must change the F299. Then F3 visa holder. But if you're the spouse, the change from E74 to F299, your visa will be changed to F3 to F1. But anyway, so main and the visa holders like a E74 and F3 is a dependent. So E74 is a main visa holder. So mostly, and the E74 visa holders must change to F299 visa first. After that, you have a chance. Which chance? You must complete KIP stage 4. KIP stage 4 with the F3. So you must study very, very hard to get a KIP stage 4 higher level, okay? And then after your spouse got F299, if you complete KIP stage 4 and your spouse meet a GNI one-time income and 30 million one saving, and your KIP stage 4 completion, in this case, you can change it to F299 visa, and then you can and get work permission from immigration office, right? Can work. So one of my client, and she her the visa was F1 because her span had F299. So got a F1, and the last time, and she changed it to F299 after meeting the E7's husband, and income is more than Gen and the 30 million one saving, and the F1, the spouse, and the complete KIP stage 4 completion. After that, this is the first time I tried, right, to do that. So, but some of the persons that send the message, and Nancy especially, right, just asking the questions, and I just give you answers, but you just cancel the message. Sad. Okay, anyway. Okay, so if you want to get F299 and your E74 visa holder, your spouse must get F299. While on that, F3, you must study KIP stage 4, and your spouse and spouse last year's income shall be over GNI one-time income and 30 million one saving. Okay, and after that, if you got F299, you can work after permit or from the immigration office. Can. Oh, okay, I got your point. Thanks. Vivek Vishal Shamar. I worked in Korea for 3 years on E3 researcher. Great. So, okay. So, researcher, E3, or F27. After that, and you can, if you got an F27, you can combine your E3 in the visa period and the F27 the visa period. You can combine each other. So you can try to F51 after 5 years. Or if you change E3 to F27 and the 3 years from F27, you can try to apply for that. E3 researcher, I think that you must have at least the master's degree or PhD degree. In this case, I think, but I'm not sure about the degree, right, and the major. But so I think if you want to get the permanent residency F5, it'll be better to the study KIIP, right? Every time when you apply for the F5, except for F511, all F5 visas, but F5 15 is not required, F5 9 as well, but mostly required for the KIP stage 5. So I think it'll be better to the study KIP just in case, okay? And the next question is, okay, the Deepak Deepak Magar. Hi sir, please tell calculation score of E7 visa changing. E74 calculation score. It's too long. As a Deepak Magar, there is my YouTube channel about the E74. Deepak, could you let me know more detail? This okay, wait a minute. E74 visa. Okay. Get some answer, Deepak and Deepak E74 or something. Okay. Okay, YT1. I have an ET visa and I want to change to F299. Good, but I can't get a job. 3, 4, 5 yearly salary. Is there a different visa I can change it to boost my income to meet the requirement? 3, 4, 5 yearly salary. Okay. E2. 34.5 million won is just for the E74 visa. Okay, YT1. E2 need 12 times of a basic income. Okay, I said 34.5 million won for E74 visa, not E2. E2 need 12 times of the monthly basic income. So your yearly income 23 million won. Okay, YT1, E22, F299 need 23 million won per year based on your last year's income. Okay, not 34.5 million won. 34.5 million won is just for E74 visa, totally different visa time. So YT1, E22, and F299 needs your last year's income is 23 million won. Yes, good. It's the immigration officers made very different and detailed information about based on the different visas. Okay, good. 23 million won from E2. Good. One more question. If I got job after meeting E71 criteria, good. Is there any way I can apply for the F27 with a 72 point after PhD? Okay, the can. If you got the master degree or PhD degree, right? If you do, you need to get the 80 point to apply for the F27 directly without E71. But in this case, right? In your case, right? If you got a E71 and if you have this one, get E71 first, right? And you have to wait until you can get some of the point 80 more than 80 points, right? Without 80 points it is difficult, but I'm not sure about the PhD or something. I just posted a very special the case for the high technology, some of PhD and the holder for the like a post-tech or some other very professional science and the university. Please visit to my in the F27 posting on my Facebook page, Mr. Ken. And if you graduated one of the like some of the university or institute, and there is some of the possibility, right? Without points, you must check that first, okay? Raja Ji or Ken, you gotta just 80 point or just to check that universities and the institute. Raja Lee, can we visit our country during F510 application and return back? I am F27 visa right now. But if you have an urgent case, you can report to immigration office for your specific date, and you have to report, I have to leave to my country and come back to Korea on the certain day. So you must report when you apply for the F510, and you have to leave to visit to your home country. And when you come back to Korea and you have to report you are here. But I don't like to recommend you to do like this. But you can do that, but I don't like to recommend. Okay? But it depends on you, right? That is possible, right? I said you the Rajab G, and you are F27, you are applying F510, but you visit your home country, but there are there is possibility to cancel to be canceled your F510 application. If I were you, I never just going back to your country except for the special cases, okay? Just wait 6 months. Vivid Fischel, okay, thank you. YT1, 23 million for E2 visa. Got it. Yes, 23 million. 12 times our monthly basic income for E2. Raja ji, I want to apply my wife visa from Pakistan. What visa is she going to get? I am on F7 visa. Will be getting F510 shortly. If you have F7, you can invite your spouse inside Korea with the F112 or F271. If your last year's income is more than Gen and 80 points, you can invite your spouse inside Korea through F112 or F271. So Raja, just if you do, just stay in Korea and just invite your spouse, okay? So if you just apply for the F510, just get the F510 first, and after that invite her. 니나님, 한국어로 설명 부탁드립니다. 니너님, 여기는 질문을 하시고 한국어로 질문을 하시면 제가 각각 질문하신 분들에게 한국어로 설명을 해드리는 거고요. 니너님이 질문하고 싶은 게 있으면 한국어로 질문하시면 니너님께 제가 한국어로 설명해 드리고요. 다른 분들처럼 영어로 질문하시면 제가 그분에 대해서 영어로 설명을 합니다. 이거는 강의가 아니고 각각 질문하는 사람에게 포커스 맞춰져 있기 때문에 질문을 주셔야 한국어로 설명해 드립니다. YT1, one more question. Is there any negative point if I change from a full-time E2 to a part-time E2? There is a part-time E2? I don't know actually. But E2, it means if you got an E2, it means, as far as I know, you have to work in a full time at a company. It doesn't matter about you are just the working 3 hours or 4 hours. I'm not sure exactly about that, but part time. And if immigration officer and check, you are just the working just 2 hours a day. How can maintain your E2? Even like F299, how can you get like a 23 million won? You know, just 1 or 2 times, I'm not sure. So, but important thing is, and when you apply for the F299, you must submit the working contract, and also the immigration may check your E2 as well, right? So I'm not sure if you just full time like 6 hours a day, but if you change it to 2 hours a day, how can it, extend your E2? I don't know actually. So you must consider that it is possible to extend my E2 with a part-time or not. If you can do, you can try to apply for that. YT1, thank you, Mr. Zhang. I have to go now, but will catch the answer later. Okay. 한비엣 go. 안녕하세요. 저는 2014년 비자 E9, 2018년 F299, F2 F51 비자 신청할 수 있습니까? 2018년에 했기 때문에 9, 10, 11, 12 지금 4년밖에 안 됐기 때문에 5년이 안 됐잖아요. 그래서 F299는 F2 비자를 처음에 2018년도에 받았고 연장할 때 F299이 된 거잖아요. 예, 그러면은 F2 비자를 처음 받은 날이 2018년이면은 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 내년이 돼야지 5년이 될 수 있고요. 5년이 돼야, 그러니까 이 F2 비자나 E7 합해서 5년이 돼야 F51 비자 신청이 가능하거든요. 그래서 지금 2018년도에 F299 비자를 받았기 때문에 2023년에 F51 비자 신청해야 되는데, 중요한 게 있어요. F5로 신청하려면 GNI 2배 소득이 있어야 되거든요. GNI 2배가 지금 8,200만 원 넘거든요. 그거 해결해야 되는 게 첫 번째. 그다음에 두 번째는 사회통합 프로그램 5단계. 지금 보니까 사회통합 프로그램 5단계는 끝났을 것 같아요. 한국말 잘하시니까. 세 번째는 뭐냐? 그 영주 자격을 신청을 하려면 이제 중요한 게 아까 제가 얘기한 것처럼 소득이잖아요. 그리고 기간 5년이라는 기간을 얘기를 했는데 중요한 건 한국에서 이제 F2 6, F2 99부터 지금까지 고향에 간 적이나 다른 나라에 travel 여행하러 나간 적이 있잖아요. 한국을 떠난 적이 있으시면 떠난 날은 전부 다 5년에서 제외해야 돼요. 그래서 내년에 5년이 된다고 하시면 2018년도부터 내가 해외에 나간 적이 있으면 그 기간을 다 빼세요. 그러면 좋을 것 같아요. 예, 감사합니다. 칸데리삭 Respected sir, I made some visa. How can I make work experience certificate that is valid both inside and outside Korea? 칸데라 이삭, which kind of E7? Which kind of E7? And E7 4 or E7 1 or something? E7 4 visa or E7 1 visa? Okay, E7 4. Okay. The first of all, but I'm not sure. I think that you just apply for another country's work permit, right? So, working experience certificate is actually based on each your the companies and the Korea certificate. If it is written in Korean and need to get translated and get a notarization, right? Get this one and to submit it. And E7 4 also same thing. E9 working at your Korea, you may request for your Korea certificate for while you're working with E9 visa, and every your company to apply for that and ask that your Korea certificate, not EPS certificate, right? And the E7 4, if you get after E7 and you just ask your current company to issue your Korea certificate. Korea certificate is 경력증명서, right? If you use another country, just get notarized in Korea and submit it. Okay, can use it. Soy Escape Ninja. Can F299 visa change it to F5? How annual salary required? I said already, F299 to F5. It's a need of 5 years, including your A7 visa and F299 in visa period. The second one is KIP stage 5 completion. And the most important thing is and the GNI double income. So GNI double income means your last year's income shall be over 82 million won, right? It's difficult. So most of F99 visa holders' spouse have and the F1 visa, right? So let your spouse to prepare for the F299, right? So this is a very important thing is I already posted it on my YouTube channel. So if you can your yearly income is more than GNI 82 million won and KIP stage 5 completion, right? If you do in 5 years from E7 and F2 visa, you can try to apply for that. If you cannot, let your spouse can get F299 visa, right? Good. Okay. Today's main question is F51 visa and F299 visa. I just applied for the F51 visa today. So main issue is main requirement for the F51 is first one, 5 years from E7 and F2 visa, right? The second one, KIP stage 5 completion. Third one, GNI double income. So if you have E7 and your spouse in F3, it's very difficult to get GNI double 82 million won per year. So the change after 7 and the let your spouse change after 71. Or if you change after 99, let your spouse change after 99, right? Need to preparation, right? And in this case, you can combine if you live together at the same house as your spouse and right, yeah, and your husband and wife, right? And you can work together and put together your yearly income and try to meet GNI double income. This is a very important the time. One of my clients today, I just applied for the F51 at the Yangju Immigration Office today, and he just try, and he's a very lucky guy. He's a very lucky guy, and because E742 F27 it is not available right now, but before the rule has changed since 2020 December, that he changed F27 and his spouse changed F271, and they can combine their yearly income is the mid GNI double right now, right? So I said already, and today we applied, and 6 months later, he has a higher the possibility to get F51. The important thing is, just if you cannot meet GNI double by your own self, you must consider your spouse income and how to let your spouse work in Korea and how to combine in your income and your spouse income. You must consider like this very, very, very the clearly. So I just recommend you to that. And some of the person and the based on, I can just provide the basic information about F51 and F5, F27, F299, right? Because I cannot provide the whole information on the case. So you must need just the consultation with a professional first before you start to do something. If you start to do something and if you do something and right now in your current situation and depending on your situation, I couldn't help you anymore. So before, if you have some of the plan, get some professionals and consultation first. This is very, very important. Very, very important. Okay, just don't do that. Okay, some of my clients said that, oh, one of my friend did it, so I just follow his direction, but I failed. What happened? Rule has changed, right? And consider that 3 years ago, 2 years ago, your friend got F51, but right now has changed a lot. At the time, the rule and right now the rules are different. And also, and every time and detailed information I cannot reveal for the business and the secret like this. So just to set up the schedule and discuss with me, right? Just 50,000 won for consultation for 30 minutes. Just 5만 won, 50,000 won. Just to get a consultation first and just move after that. Okay, I think this is 2 questions. I just get back to you and then I, close our the YouTube today's conversation. The Raja Lee, husband on E74, wife having income 30 million won. Do they combine F510? Yes. F510? You got a master degree in Korea? I don't know, but anyway, the whole of the visa were F510, F51, F515, but I'm not sure the F515, but F510 you can combine. Wife also having business income and masters from Korea. Okay, you can combine. But if you do, just apply for the F5-1, not F5-10. F5-10 business income. So you can combine E7-4 and the spouse. You can combine if you the registered your marriage and you registered your marriage and registered the marriage outside your home country. You can prove it, and you can live at the same house. You can combine. Last question. So escape ninja. F1 visa cannot work, right? Yes. So I said that. So it is impossible to get GNI 1 to apply F299. Look at this. It means the important thing is the first time you just change the F299 18 18 times, or anyway, just to change the F299, and after that you have to meet the GNI one-time income 34 the 41 million won. So F1 this is a rule that you must get. F299, if you do, and if your spouse need to work and change F299, and you must get GNI one-time income. This is a rule. It cannot be changed. Okay. Thank you for the joining this Friday night show, and see you next Friday. Really appreciate that. Really good question today. Okay, but some of the person just they ask it and they answer my question and just erase the question I really said, right? If you want to just get this some consultation privately, just to contact me and we can set the schedule for a charge the consultation. But you just asking and get an answer and just erase the question. You just said. Anyway, see you next time. Bye bye.